My name's Ethan. It's great to meet all of you. Who hates their job here? You. All right, where do you work? Starbucks. Okay, yeah, that you don't have to say anymore. I don't know. I've been working as a medic this past pandemic. I've been on the ambulance. Yeah, I know. You're giving me the shocked eyes. Yeah. I'm going to have to kill one of my patients to get this unemployment money. They just will not fire me. I like to talk about my patients a lot, you know. I've been taking this one patient, Kevin, every day for the past year now at least. And I took him for his last ride to the hospital. Yeah. And, you know, he never said a word to me in his life because he was a Vietnam veteran. You know, he was one of those guys with the lights on, nobody's home. And I asked him one last time on that trip. I'm like, hey, Kev, you want to hear a joke? And he popped up. He said, nope. And those were the first and last words I heard for Kevin. I'm going to miss him to death. But I quit my job recently because, you know, I'm just tired of saving people. I need to probably work on myself for a little bit. And that's what I've been doing. So I've been boxing. I'm a boxer. Yeah, I know. So, you know, I've been sparring this guy named Luciano. He's this mountain man that, you know, they just probably plucked off somewhere. And I fight him every week, and he beats me to death. And, you know, we're going right after the fight. I'm like, you know, Luciano, thank you so much. You know, he's a switch fighter, right? So that means he can go lefty or righty stance. And I'm like, you know, you're crazy. You can hit me from all over the ring. And he looks at me, he's like, Ethan, he goes, Ethan, you're very good at taking punch. Keep doing that. And I'm like, thanks, man. I'm getting somewhere, right? So yeah, you know, boxing really helped me get sober. I was drinking and boozing for a while, switched that to pot, to acid, and you know, and then I realized, I think, you know, boxing's probably the better alternative to brain damage. That's why. What? Oh man, yeah, drugs, man. Hey, we all use them. You can't lie. Yeah, look at it. Half of you are shaking your head. Yes. All right. So I got my marijuana card recently. I know. I straight out of rehab in true sense of the fashion, right? And I never thought it'd be that easy. I went down to the clinic. They're like, hi, what's your name? And I tell them, hey, I'm Ethan. And they're like, why do you want your marijuana card? And I'm like, oh, I got anxiety. I have a history of, you know, my family has been drug addicts their entire life. And they're like, oh, sure, here you go, more drugs. It's ridiculous. I know one time I was coming back from the clubs in New York, and there was a homeless guy who approached me outside. And he's like, please, man, can I just have some water, something to eat? And I got a bleeding heart. So I'm like, all right, man, give me a second. I'll take a look in my car. I go to my trunk, and I hand him a water bottle. He's like, is it warm? I'm like, do you really have the opportunity to be asking for cold water right now? He's like, all right, man, fair enough. He's like, do you have anything to eat? And I look in my trunk. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't. I pull out, and I'm like, hold on one second. Maybe I got something. I look in my bag, and I pull out an edible, and I give it to him. Yeah. Not my brightest moment. And I'm like, yo, I thought I made this man's day. I'm like, you have a good one. We're touching up. He's like, all right, man, it's good to see you. And then as I'm driving home later, I realize he's just going to be more hungry later. Yeah. Oh, man. I'll leave you with this. I just want to live long enough to fuck aliens. Illegals included. My name is Ethan Fitzpatrick. Thank you all for coming out to the show tonight. If we could please bring up everybody to the stage. Give it up for my lovely co-stars here.